Hey, mom bitches. Okay, we're just going to have to practice this, guys, okay? We're newbies, so don't judge us. Actually, we probably just need to get this like pre-recorded. Okay, we are so excited because today we've had so many people reaching out to us about this. This is our official Disney Wish cruise review. I have been waiting to record this because we have so much to talk about. But do you want to tell us a little bit about like the ship? Because you did all of the research. Like you found this ship for us, okay? You did all of the work. So I'm going to roll out the Disney carpet to you to tell us about the Disney Wish.
All right. So the Disney Wish is currently the newest ship for Disney, but it's going to be a trilogy. There's the Treasure coming out, I believe it's the end of this year, December. And that's going to be a 7-day cruise. Then they have one they announced last week, I believe. It's going to be, I forgot the name of it, but it's going to be heroes and villains themed. Not sure what the itinerary for that one is. And then actually there's another one called The Adventure. That's going to be housed in Singapore. So they're all going to be pretty similar, like their layouts from what I understand. Maybe not The Adventure, but they're all going to have their own theming. So it should be really, really cool to check out. I know we want to check out the Treasure next.
I know. I'm so excited. We're locked in for the trilogy. I've never really been big into Star Wars, and we'll get to it later in the episode, but I thought it was very cool. I thought it was really cool as well to like dive into Marvel. Having like a little boy, I feel like I now have to learn all of this. But I'm not going to lie, like having Frozen, like I was all about it. I feel like the ship was just so beautiful. My favorite thing about walking onto the ship, and I think this is just exclusive to Disney, but when you go through security and you're walking on, you enter through the Grand Hall and they call out your family name and you feel like you're so special. Like you are now entering onto Disney's cruise ship. Bulgarelli family, that's me. I thought it was super cool. And they gave the kids a magical wand that they could utilize and have fun with right off the gate. And it was included. When I saw them passing out the wands, I was like, oh, are they going to have to? Yeah, I was like, is this going to be like, you know, when you go to like a carnival or something, they have like all of like the glow in the dark stuff that you have to pay for. But no, it was completely free. And I just thought that was really cool. I personally liked the layout of the ship. I thought it was very easy to navigate, especially when you have young kids, when you'll, you know, like want to go to the kids club or the nursery, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I thought the interior was like extremely lush. So when you go into the Grand Hall, it is like completely Cinderella themed. They have Cinderella sitting there. Like I felt like I was now part of a Disney fairy tale. I don't know if you felt that way, but everything was just very well thought out. Like, do you agree? Like, it was very, very detailed. It was lush. It was elegant. It felt very luxurious.
For sure.
It was beautiful. Yeah. Okay. And I was not expecting it. I was expecting a little bit more like Disney-esque reds, blacks, bright yellows. I wasn't expecting it to be like luxury.
Like a castle.
I kind of felt like I was on like a Norwegian cruise. Did you feel the same way?
Well, I had seen some pictures, so I wasn't. Okay. I didn't really like. It was really nice, but it wasn't a surprise.
Oh,
like I knew it was gonna be what it was gonna look like. I knew it was gonna be really, really nice.
Well, I guess that's like a tidbit for someone. Is like if you want to be surprised, don't look. But if you don't want to be surprised, well, looking at the pictures didn't meet your expectations. I think that's an important question.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's talk about the accommodations. Do you remember what our room was called? It was like the family suite with...
It was extended. It was the bigger one.
Okay. It was the extended family ocean suite with the veranda, aka for basic batches like me, a balcony. Okay. I enjoyed it. And I was a little scared because Lakin's a climber and I knew you guys wanted to do the balcony. And I was like, okay, it should be safe. But it was totally safe.
That was very safe.
Totally safe. Had locks on the doors for your children. And even if they could unlock it themselves, it was very tall. It was full glass. I felt very, very secured. I was not nervous once I got on the ship. But I do feel like new moms might want to hear that because I think intentionally your first thought is to feel a little panicky over that. But I thought the rooms were really spacious. Like I walked in, I was very surprised. It was very
so
nice.
We had connecting rooms.
We did.
Which was nice because our veranda's connected as well. So the babies had like double the balconies. It was sick.
So nice. Double the balconies. They had, I think that was like their most fun. In the mornings, they woke up and they wanted to see what the other was doing. So we'd get like a knock on the door or vice versa. And it was like they were coming to see their best friends. It was kind of like a sleepover.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's nice that they do that for families. That you can actually like, when you're booking the cruise, choose a connecting room for that purpose.
I do believe, though, that not all of the balconies connect, even if you have connecting rooms. So if that is something that's highly of interest to you, Disney customer service is top notch. Just give them a call.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think it was pretty easy when you look at the room selections when you're online. Like it shows you the ones that connect too. But yeah, you're right. Not all of them do, I don't think. I thought the amenities were awesome. My favorite thing, I think, about our suite in particular, and I don't know what the other rooms look like, but I love that the shower and the bathroom were separate bathrooms.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I've been on a lot of cruises before where it's all one, and that's fine, but it is very tight corners. But it was really nice because you had a sink and a toilet in one room, and then you had a shower bath combo in the other with a sink itself. So it's like you really got to kind of like separate those two things and have space.
And get ready.
I know. And then if you have a kid, giving them a bath. Game changer. I love that they clean the room twice a day. Like you go on a cruise, you want to feel clean. Sometimes when you're on a cruise, you're out, you're sweaty. I felt like I was coming home to a clean home every single night.
They organized it all. And if you need bunk beds, they have like a little thing that drops down in the room. And they will set that up for you every single night. And then when you come in, they put little animals for the kids. Super cute at night. But it was just nice to come back and all of the stuff that I threw around to get ready in the morning was just nicely placed. My earrings were in a nice little container on the side. You know, it was
nice. So nice. Yeah, they did. They even organized the messiness inside of the tables. Yeah. I also love, so I got to throw a shout out to Disney because Lakin's not potty trained. I know Kalina is. I was not expecting a diaper genie to be in the room when we got there. I was stunned. Like when I walked in, the first thing I saw was the diaper genie, and they cleaned it every single night.
Oh, really?
Every single night they emptied it.
I didn't know that. That's clutch.
It was so nice because, like, what would you do with the diapers?
Exactly.
You know, you go to a hotel, they don't have a diaper genie for you. You just throw it in the trash. So nice. Especially because Lakin was like rummaging through everything. The last thing we wanted is like a diaper explosion everywhere. But yeah, I thought the rooms were great. I thought it was spacious. The bathroom situation I thought was incredible. Especially for like multiple people. Yeah. And then every single room was themed, right? Like there was some Disney themes and then they have different things depending on where you're staying on the ship.
I think ours was it Moana?
Ours was
Cinderella.
Ours was Cinderella.
That's what it was. Yeah, Cinderella.
Okay. What's next?
Let's get into the food.
Ooh.
Let's do it. All right. So Disney has, the way they do it, it's kind of rotational dining. What's cool about it is that your server, your serving staff comes with you. So they kind of get used to you. They know what your kid likes. They put it out before you even get there. So sick. Like Lakin had his milk. Lena had her water. They're good to go as soon as they sat down. There's 3 on the Wish only. There's 3 special restaurants, the Frozen themed dinner, the Marvel, and the 1923, which is named 1923 because that's when Walt Disney was that when he was
Mm-hmm.
born
I,
or
yeah, I
made
think
Disney or
so.
something like that. It
Yeah,
has to do
it
with
is
Walt
like
Disney.
it's very like characteristic Disney. They have like sketches and arts and like like how they made Disney basically all of the characters from like beginning. It was very like historical. And if
Yeah,
you
I
took the
think
time to like look through the restaurant, it was actually quite cool.
I believe he said that 50% of what was in there was actually real,
I can
like
see that.
originals, real original
Because
sketches.
if you think about it, like if to create anything back then was just paper, 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 paper,
Mm-hmm.
paper, paper,
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense why they would have so much
Right.
original pieces to put in there.
So yeah, I mean, getting into it, let's dive right into the Frozen themed
Oh
dinner. That
yeah.
was night one. It was amazing. They
It was
had
good.
live singers that did all the Frozen songs. I mean, our kids were
Mm-hmm.
like losing their minds.
I was losing my
They
mind.
they had a live violinist. She was fantastic. She played the Frozen. It was like a club in there. People were like throwing their napkins around their
Napkins.
head. You know, it was
It was
nuts.
Anna's engagement party, and we shouldn't give away too much, but it was like a quasi two set performance because there was the band that was phenomenal, but then
Mm.
also too the characters had their own kind of like, you know, show, and then they kind of combined and like just combined, and it was just nice like having all of the characters come around, and the
They did come around.
staff was
Mm-hmm.
really into it, and they were like playing instruments with like
Mm-hmm.
salt, you know, and pepper
Mm-hmm.
shakers, and that was really cool. I thought it was a very nice performance
Top
for
notch.
sure. And that's at the Ardell. Is that how you pronounce it? The
Arendelle.
Ardell restaurant. Okay. And then 1923 we talked about, but that's also where Pirates Night is. So and I don't know if that's the same for
That's
every
not.
single
It's not.
cruise, but for our cruise, we hit 1923 twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once was just for classic Disney, and then we also had our Pirates Night
Right.
at 1923.
Yep.
And then the Marvel, what was that restaurant called? Let me look.
Yeah, it was
Worlds of
Ant-Man.
Marvel.
Yeah. And then they had a little movie. It was Ant-Man. If you haven't seen that movie, that's what it's
Mm-hmm.
based off of. It's interactive. The kids were into it. My kid doesn't know anything about superheroes or
Oh,
Spider-Man or any of that crap.
it was
And
super immersive. And
mm-hmm.
I will say, like, having all of the TVs everywhere, it was a lot of fun. And I don't think we should give it away, but a special character comes to see you at the end and comes and takes pictures with you.
Highly
I was not
popular
expecting
character.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Highly popular character, but we're
Marvel
not going to give that
character.
away, okay? We're trying to be Disney influencers, not spoilers, okay?
All right.
I think the highlight, though, was loved having the same table number because we knew what we were doing, and it allowed the staff to be very efficient. Let's get into the notable dining experience. Like, what was your favorite dish or dishes within the dinners?
Oh, hands down, I think of that udon
Oh yeah,
from
that was at
Marvel.
Marbles.
Yeah, Worlds of Marvels. There's an udon soup.
Oh, that
Get
udon
it.
soup was
It
so
was phenomenal.
good, and we split it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like when you're at the dinner, I think you were like encouraged us to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can order as much as you want. So if you want to like get a couple
Get it
dishes
all,
and
girl.
split it amongst everyone, you can do that.
No shame.
And no shame. I think at our Adal, Lakin had the best meal.
He did.
He had the meatball pasta.
He had the IKEA meal.
That was good.
But it was ramped up. It was obviously way better than it tastes at IKEA. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
really good. Yeah, it was good.
And I feel like I will say that they undersold it, you know, because I think there's so many different unique dishes on the menu that one's probably like very just basic because it's meatball and pasta. But don't let that deter you, okay? The meatball and pasta is where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Get it.
Yeah.
At least someone get it at a table and split it around.
My favorite dinner was the seafood linguine on Pirates Night. Pirates Night, agree, right? Low key, was not expecting it to be.
It was fire.
It was amazing. I was expecting it to be very basic just because it's like pirate theme. I
Pirate.
was thinking like hot
Like hot
dogs,
dogs,
pizza,
right?
something. No, it was like legit. Like that Cajun
It was
chicken you got was,
Caribbean.
yeah, it
Jerk
was
chicken. It was
good.
fire. It was good.
If you have bad taste buds, you might not like it. Like
If
if
you're
you're
not into
basic,
like, if you're not into plantains, mango salsas, stuff like that.
flavor.
But if that's not your, that doesn't tickle your fancy, they do have just like you can get regular steak, regular
Okay.
chicken. If that's what
Okay.
you want, they make it for you.
And they made it good. It was a good cooked steak. Didn't JJ get that?
We got a steak at 1923. I was impressed. I've
Yeah.
had steaks at, multiple restaurants and they were not good. And this was made, they have to make it for hundreds of people and it was good.
It was good. It wasn't bad.
I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. I'll say that.
Let's talk about breakfasts because I feel like there's really just two ways to go about it. You either sit down or you go to the market. What are your thoughts?
A lot of people have excursions, especially like we skipped a port day. So maybe we would have a different opinion about this, but we had all the time in the world. So we definitely hit up the sit down breakfast, which is nice. You can get, everything's made to order, which is nice. The buffets is just kind of, it is what it is. But I think that if we had somewhere to be, maybe we would have used room service, and room service is included in Disney and a lot of other, it's not in other cruise ships. And so you can get cereal or whatever you need to just get out the door. That's probably even a quicker option. But for us, I would definitely say at least do one sit down dinner.
Yes.
I agree. Breakfast.
If you're on a 4-night cruise, that was 4 nights, right?
Yeah.
Do one sit down. The sit down's nice. It's really fun for the kids. And it's just nice to kind of just chill and enjoy your breakfast. We did room service quite a bit. Like I always have to have something in the morning by like nature. So I think both of us, we had like little croissants or like little, like coffee or orange juice or milk or whatever. We always had that come to the room in the morning before we went to breakfast. Yeah, I think that sums up breakfast. I mean, breakfast is pretty straightforward.
I think I do want to highlight though on the buffet, this is so clutch. They do not let you pick up your own food.
Yes. Let's talk about the market because the market is breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
And
it's breakfast and lunch.
You don't.
It's served to you.
They
have all servers.
Glass.
Behind glass, people, glass. So if somebody has a cold and they want to sneeze or they have COVID, it's not going to be in your food.
It's not in your food.
Let's get into that. Okay. So, I mean, everyone knows that cruises are notorious for spreading of all kinds of illnesses. We got into that last time. I educated all of you on the norovirus. But this greatly reduces that possibility. So I was here for it. I loved it. It gave me a nice peace of mind. And I was not worried as much about going to the buffet because of that.
Yeah. And I think it's important to note that cruises are like science. Like they have their shit down. Like it wasn't like you had to sit in this long line. Like remember when you were a kid in the cafeteria and you have to wait forever to get your food? No. They had so many different options, so many different choices. My favorite personally at the market was the Asian marketplace because they had kimchi and congee. That's the first time you had congee.
That is. It was fire.
They had like egg fried rice. Like everything was just made very nice. They had like a dessert section. They had a pasta section. Also for breakfast and lunch, they also had like boards, like charcuterie boards, salmon boards. And then let's just talk about the number one thing in the marketplace because some people may not know it. All you can eat crab legs and shrimp.
It was good.
Super good. It was salty. It was good. Salty. They give you butter, cocktail sauce. It was amazing. I would say the quality of food for it being, mass produced for, thousands of people, it was good. Was it a Michelin star restaurant? No, but did we eat Michelin star? Yes, and we're going to get to it in a little bit. Okay. We have pretty soon here the most important thing that you need to consider when you're on the Disney cruise. But before we get there, we're going to talk about the entertainment and the activities because that's very important, right? Like you were on board a ship. You're spending a lot of time on the ship, especially when you're not off on an excursion. And so being on the Disney cruise. You have shows, you have character experiences, activities. Let's create the magic of retelling our experience with just being on the cruise and the activities.
Okay,
Do you want to
so
go
blown
first?
away. Yeah, blown away about the characters.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm a pretty frequent flyer when it comes to going to the Disney World parks. We live in Florida, about an hour and a half away. So we go a lot. I can never say that I've ever seen this many characters and had
I was
access
astounded.
to them. It was crazy. I mean, you look on your phone, there's a little app and it tells you what time Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Captain Hook, what time they're out and about, and you get on the line. It's very organized. Sometimes they get a little long, but there's always a line attendant there to tell you, hey, you're cut off.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to make it. But even if you get cut off, guess what? You may not have made Mickey, but you're going to make Minnie. I
You
mean,
made something
yeah,
else.
exactly. There's always somebody coming.
I love that it was in the Grand Hall, because the Grand Hall has 3 different levels, and it's all glass.
Mm-hmm.
So we could see and kind
Mm-hmm.
of plan out our attack on top of having the cruise app. We knew how to divide and conquer. By the end, the men were like, we didn't even
Oh,
know where they were,
I
because they
know.
were
They
in
were in
line
lines.
somewhere, because they knew. We saw so many characters just in the Grand Hall. But let's talk about the fact that Goofy sat with the kids and
Oh
colored
my
and like
gosh,
played with them
yes. So
when
in
we
the
first got on the
mornings,
ship in
and
the
so
morning.
yeah, in the mornings they have toddler time. So before the kids clubs open, they let the little kids run around, have free reign to the kids club, because otherwise it's closed off to adults and children who are not of age to go there. So Kalina and Lakin were playing with blocks in like
I
this
know.
engineer section, and all of a sudden around the corner here comes Goofy, which Kalina is obsessed with, and he just sat down with her and played with these blocks. It was
Like 10
amazing.
minutes.
Like,
You
how
would
did that even
never
happen?
get that
No.
in the park.
And they're so interactive. Their little person that's with them, talks to the kids. I mean, it's just 10 out of 10.
Yes, 10 out of 10 character experiences. I will say this, though. If you do have young kids and you want to see a character right away, as soon as you get on the ship, when they open up the Oceaneer and Kids Club, go down there, because Mickey and Minnie were there, and they did a whole dance show
Mm-hmm.
within 30 minutes of being on the cruise. And I was like, I basically just got my money's worth, because I
The
would
first
never
10
see
minutes.
Mickey and Minnie this long. They're
No,
certainly
it's
not
true.
dancing with me.
Yeah.
And then they even had one day a whole dance party. And then they came into the crowd and they did a rotation, and there was no being without the characters. Like 10,
Yeah.
I would even give it 100 out of 10.
It was great.
Like,
It
I'm
was.
amped just thinking about it. I mean, who else? We saw Captain Hook.
Hook. Mm-hmm.
What was his little buddy's
Oh,
name? We saw
Smeagol.
Jack Sparrow, or you could have seen Jack Sparrow. Maybe we
Yeah, we
didn't.
didn't see him, but you can, yeah. They had Marvel
Chippendale.
characters too. They
Oh
had
yeah.
Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
somebody else. I didn't really pay attention to them because our kids not into them, but they had them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you
Let's.
go on Castaway Cay, their private
Oh,
island, they're there too. I mean,
we're
they're
getting into
everywhere.
that. Oh, Castaway K. I cannot. I'm obsessed. Let's talk about the important activities. Okay. How do you keep your kids entertained on the cruise? Don't even worry about it,
Easy.
okay? Oceaneer clubs for 3 and up. This is a dedicated kids only section of the ship, and you get to actually slide into the kids club, okay?
Mm.
You don't need a reservation, right? If you're 3 or older, you can just
No.
go in whenever.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that it is huge. Like, there's so many different sections of
Mm-hmm.
this kids club, so that no matter what your kid's interested in, they have something for
Yeah.
everyone.
And don't worry, like if your kid is over it and they want to leave, they can just go to the front and they will message you on the app, which is you have easy access to on the ship. Everyone will have access to that. And then they'll tell you to come pick up your kid and
Yep.
come get your kid. Simple as
Mm-hmm.
that. So that was really
there
nice.
there was so many people in there too, so it was like completely supervised, a ton of interactive sessions, I think, throughout the day. And I think they were all trained counselors. Like, I felt like I was at like a kid's summer camp when I was down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were all very friendly, and I think both kids and parents enjoyed it. But you would see the kids 3 and up, especially some of the older ones that are like
Mm-hmm.
7, 8 plus. they were excited. Like they wanted to be down there. And I think that
Yeah.
really helps parents be able to enjoy some time on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
For
talk about the
sure.
nursery because that's where we were, people.
That's where we were. So the
3 and
nursery's,
under.
yeah. So if your kid's 3.5, they can technically go to the nursery or Oceaneers Club. The nursery does have a charge. It's like
Mm-hmm.
very slight. What was it, like $8 an hour or
8 an
something?
hour.
Real
Nothing.
little.
Okay, I think
Um,
like the average like babysitting right now, I'm paying like $20, $25 an hour.
I know, right? So a
Like,
deal.
get serious.
You have access to 10 hours before you get on the ship. So they
Mm-hmm.
allow everyone to book 10 hours before they board. And then when you get on the ship, you can go straight down to the nursery and see if they have any extra availability, if that's what interests you. Also, if you go straight down there, you can fill out the paperwork. So that way, when you drop your kid off the first time, you don't have to deal with that. Which can make the line a little bit long. So, if you
Yeah,
have somewhere to be, I would suggest being a little bit early
definitely.
because there's people picking and dropping off their kiddos. So that takes a
Yeah.
little bit of time. Super cute inside, though. It has all the Disney characters. There's toys, there's coloring. Every time we went and looked at what the kids were doing, they were eating a
Eating
snack or like coloring.
or
They were singing to the
crying
kid.
if you're like in.
On the second time. He did
Yeah.
well the first time.
Yeah.
And then there's a nap area. So
Yeah, that's right. They even had
mhm.
cribs for like the little babes.
There's some like parent mom parent tip. I saw a mom drop off her kid for nap time, and I think she was breastfeeding, so she breastfed the kid and then put the baby in the crib. So like for nap time, they could just take a nap there, and she can go do her thing, and then come get it in a couple hours when I was awake.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like was there a little bit of a wait? Yeah, but they did have a pretty solid process. Like I felt safe leaving
Yeah,
Lakin
and I
there.
mean, I wouldn't want them to rush it.
Yeah.
Just a
And
heads
they
up.
like will take your bag. So like they took our diaper bag. So it's not like I had to like create a bag just for the nursery. They just took everything from us
Mm-hmm.
and then they utilized it with Lake, and it was very nice to for it
Yeah,
being, obviously a wait, you're on a cruise, and it wasn't like an hour wait. It was like, 10-15 minutes, I would say,
mm-hmm.
each time we were there. But they make it really convenient and they're really
For sure.
nice. I felt very good and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel.
Right, right.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the service and hospitality because I feel like when you go on a cruise, no matter what cruise line you're on, you are going for the hospitality. And I know that it's extremely controversial depending on if it's like a Carnival, Norwegian, Disney cruise. How did you feel about our service and hospitality?
I thought it was 10 out of 10.
I know, me too.
And that's the only reason why I went on the Disney cruise, because I went on a cruise before. It was an awful experience. And yes, Disney is a little bit pricier, but you get what you pay for, people. I
Yep.
mean, if you were unhappy with anything, they handle it.
Let's
I,
give our shout outs, okay? Do you want to give your shout out first and I'll
yeah,
give
let's
out
do it.
mine?
So, Kalina was not having a great time. She, full disclaimer, was ill. We did not know this at the time. I think she was sick probably from the beginning of the cruise. She was very unlike herself, very fussy, but was still having a great time. So,
Yeah.
Shout out to toddlers. They will play through
They
anything.
rally, man.
Oh yeah. So there was a sit down breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
It was taking a little bit, and she wasn't having it. And Miss Loretta, bless her heart, came over. She started giving Kalina little massages, saying, "Why are you crying? It's gonna be all right. Do you want me to cry with you?" She was just distracting her. It was phenomenal. Like Kalina loved it. She loved all the attention. She got a little massage. I mean, I'm like, where am I? This is
I know.
amazing.
Like, when would you
Can
go
you
to
come
a
home?
restaurant and like she even got eye level too. So it
She
wasn't
did.
even like she was like, "Oh, hi little girl." Like she really interacted with her and you would never find that. I
No,
think that's what makes them so special is like if you think about it, it takes a special person to be able to be on the hospitality team on a Disney cruise in
and see
particular,
kids
I
every
think, because
day.
there's so many kids.
Every day that are not your kids. you know.
I'm going to give
But
my shout out. Ika. Okay. He was our dinner waiter every
mm-hmm.
single night. And he was phenomenal. I think that me personally, between the two of us, I connected with him on a
Yeah.
very deep level because I love to ask people questions. Like, that's just in me. I want to know. And he has a son at home that is the same age as Lakin. And I think this is like the one thing that I do want to like say is when you are on a cruise, be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you are the person on the cruise that's complaining, snapping your fingers, getting a little too proud of yourself, like you're not that green. Okay. We are all
Mm-hmm.
people. Those people work so hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a lot of them have families and they go off on this cruise for 5 months out of the year because this
Mm-hmm.
is a really big opportunity than what they can find at home.
Right.
And they're providing for their families while they're watching you vacation. When I found out that he had a son Lakin's age, it
Mm-hmm.
made sense because he loved Lakin. Like he was
He
like,
did.
"Hey, buddy!" Like you could tell,
Mm-hmm.
like he really loved Lakin,
Yeah, he did.
and Lakin loved him. Like they would always talk, and there was always like extra exchange, and
Mm-hmm.
Lakin wanted to say hi, and he wanted to say hi to Lakin. It felt very special, and I think that's something that's special about being on cruises is that you get to meet so many people from so many places around the world
Yeah.
that you realize like you're very privileged to be on this cruise and be taking
Mm-hmm.
this vacation.
For
So just
sure.
be nice. Okay? These people have
Co-sign that.
families,
Co-sign it.
right? Co-sign
Mm-hmm.
it, sign it off, like
Mm-hmm.
stamp of approval. Like you got to be nice. I know there's always going to be some people that complain. I see it online. I see it in the Facebook groups and I just want to be like, "Shush." Okay? This is Disney.
It's Karen's.
Karens, stop. Just
Can't
enjoy
get away from the
yourself.
Karens.
Shout out to Ika and Loretta. I
You're killing
hope the
it.
next time we see them on a cruise, if they decide
Mm-hmm.
to stay employed there because they are just superior than anyone else, that they're like management because they deserve to be.
True that.
Okay, let's
Sure.
talk about the excursions, okay, and the port visits because this is controversial too. It depends on who you are and what you like.
Mm-hmm.
We only did the
skipped
4-day. Yeah, we went to Nassau and we are like, we're not going to go to Atlantis.
Mm-mm.
We're not swimming with the whales or
We're not
or
getting
the
drunk at
dolphins.
Senor
Right,
Frogs with toddlers.
right.
So
Like we don't want Wi-Fi. Like that's why people go there anyways. If you're over
that's
like
true.
25, we
Yeah.
don't want to know what's happening outside of this
Mm-mm.
cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed on board, but let's talk about Castaway Cay because hey, mom betches, if you are not ready to be done with the magnificent Disney Wish cruise review, don't worry about it because we have part 2 coming to you on April 18th, and we are so excited to give you the finale of the best cruise you could ever sail on, Disney Wish. Get ready for it.